we're going to show the optimal t11 build, right? I'm going to show, obviously, pay gear, right? Civ gear way, and then non-civ gear way if you're just doing it, normal way. So, uh, obviously, if you guys can get a 10-star, obviously pick the 10-star if you can, right? So when I make my T11 March, I'm just going to use my Gunther because it was my previous siege general, right? If you have a dragon that you can put on it, put a dragon on it. Obviously, I'm going to use Fafnir when I do it, and Fafnir will have flat siege attack, which I've already done. The only talent that would matter is the first one, the siege attack and siege HP one, right? And it's percentage, so it's not like crazy. Same thing with like leveling it up and stuff like that. So, but the main thing is just have the flats. All right. So if I was making it, I'd put the dragon on. Obviously, specialties, it helps. If you can get more buffs is more better, but the main thing that's going to matter is the flats for the T11 March. All right.
What about a spiritual beast?
You can use spiritual beast too. Either one. I mean, as long as you're giving it a buff in any way, it's good. But the better way is to get a dragon and have the flats. You know what I'm saying? Because the flats are the main thing that you're trying to focus on. Because the flats can't be affected with debuff. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the gear that we're going to use is you're going to use this. Okay. You can either use this one. This is the paid route, by the way. Paid gear. I'm going to show the paid one, and then we'll go through the obviously free ones that you can do. So you can do this one right here. This is the one that I would recommend, just because it gives a little bit more, attack buffs. You get the siege and range HP debuff. It's also really useful on sub generals, but this is the set I would use. You kind of want the 4-piece set so that way you can get more march size, right? This is automatically like you have to have this one, the pants, because these are the pants that give flat buffs for siege. So yeah, this is a must have if you can obviously get the low tier pieces too. And this piece is pretty good. It's not the best, but yeah. And then I went with the high tier piece. I went for the boots, just because it gives a lot of siege debuffs and it gives a lot of buffs too. So that's the piece that I went with. I might swap out for the sword if I get another high tier piece. But as of right now, I'm going to use this. If I do end up swapping out for the sword, I'll put this on my sub general. So just for the debuffs. Chest piece is pretty good too if you get the chest piece, but yeah, you don't have to. But you do get the extra 6-piece set bonus and the own full set buffs, which are really good. So, anyways, so we're gonna focus on this. I think right now I have the bracer on one of my sub generals. Yep, for the siege HP. So I'll just remove that real quick just for demonstration, right? Okay. And we'll go to Gunther. So you'll put the bracer on, pants, helmet, and all these would be flats, right? So you'll try and get these siege HP. All right, so we finally hit a gold or a gold flat, right? So after you get this is where I would start because this now it takes gems from here, right? So from here, I usually click the orange. Well, for me, I click gold, but you know what I'm saying. For everyone else, you can just click orange and just try and get another one, right? And it doesn't matter what you do. You can cancel, you can confirm, you know, as long as you have the advanced refined or advanced filter thing on, the main thing is you just want to try and get percents for everything. All right. So you can save this and do whatever, you know, keep going on the orange ones, or if you want to, you try and get golds, but I mean, it will flag you for gold or orange. It doesn't matter as long as it's not, you know, there's another gold one. So we're just missing one more. Take the percentage for now, I guess. Oh, I guess it's going to keep fucking flagging it, but that's fine. But for people that don't have, like, you know, a lot of gems and stuff like that, you know, this would be decent enough to where, you know, it's actually viable, you know what I'm saying? So just do what you can. Try and get that first gold one, though. If you can, try and get a second gold one, and then, you know, go for orange or whatever. But whatever your, you know, your guys's limits are on, you know, refining and gems and stuff. But yeah, so, and then you'll put these on, and then for the weapon and the chest piece, right? You can use the Parthian axe, I'm pretty sure, or the Ares one, which, let me pull that up. There's also the new upgraded ones too, so I can take a look at them too. So yeah, here's the upgraded Ares one. So yeah, the Ares one's slightly better, right? Because it gives you that attacking siege HP, right? Not huge, but you know, every little bit counts. Oh, here's the Apollo one. So Apollo just gives siege attack. It gives some debuffs, but it's mostly just ground and siege, so, or ground and range. So that's not crazy. Yeah, so this one's slightly better, the Asura one, because it gives you that. It's the same. The Ares one gives you attacking siege or attacking siege machine HP, and then attacking siege machine defense. And the 2-piece set gives you that 20% attacking troop bonus. So, yeah, I would try and focus on getting this. And then for chest piece, let's see here, defense. Okay. It's mounted. There's one more. Where's the other one? Hold on. Let me do this. Space. Ground. Mounted. Nope. Okay. So this one would be the Apollo, which would break the set. So maybe that's why. Yeah, because this doesn't give any siege. Okay, yeah. So actually, you're going to just do the Apollo. You're going to do the 2-piece Apollo set, because that will give you 14% all troop attack. This gives you siege attack, siege defense. You lose out on the axe bonus, so the attacking siege machine HP and attacking siege machine defense. But the Apollo axe has slightly more siege attack, and it will give you that 2-piece bonus, and you'll be able to get the siege buffs from this. So I would do 2-piece, the Apollo axe, and the Apollo dominant Apollo armor. All right, that'll give you that 2-piece set bonus, and that will finish off the set for the T11s. You'll do the same thing with the chest piece and the axe. You'll do flats just like this. And that's basically it. If you're a super corner, obviously 6-piece set, just do the whole 6-piece set here, and I mean, you're just donezo. And you just do flats, and you know, that's if you're a super corner, you know. But if you're not super corner, this is the cheap option. This is what I would roll with for now. All right, super cheap, just no, like, free to play. You are going to do, you won't have these pieces at all. So let's see what we would do. I'm not going to make this gear because obviously, you know, I don't need to. but I will show you exactly what you'll do and how to determine which set is better. Automatically, I'm going to say the Ashura set is going to be better because it's going to give you more march size, right? And it's going to give you 20% attack overall. But let's see. Obviously, we know this axe is better than this axe, the Apollo one, right? But the chest piece really sucks. So, if you had to pick a chest piece out of these, you'd probably pick this one, because this one gives you siege attack debuff at least, okay? You're at least debuffing the enemy siege, This is applicable for, solos and stuff like that too. So I'm just looking at it in that regard, right? And this is the only one that actually affects anything siege-wise, all right? This gives siege attack, siege defense, so that I would definitely go with the majestic one, okay? All right, siege attack, siege defense, so you'll go dominant leggings, Ashura. And then siege HP, attacking, siege defense. So dominant Ashura boots. And then you just always go with the siege reins on here. Okay. That also gives you the siege attack. All right. So that's what I would do for the Ashura set. Let's take a look at the Apollo one and see if it's any better. But I don't think it's going to be. Yeah, no siege. This one has siege. I remember that. Siege machine attack. Siege HP. I would still go with attack. Yeah, because it also debuffs siege attack too. So, I mean, majestic would be better. Debuff. Yeah, this is mostly debuff gear. So, I do know that this gives the range, but it doesn't give any siege attack buffs. So, yeah. So I would definitely go with the Ashura set. If you're free to play, you're gonna do the Ashura set. I would do the majestic one for the siege attack, right? For the chest piece, you just pick this one for the siege attack debuff. There's nothing else you could really pick, sadly. This one was this one, the dominant Ashura leg armor. I'm just going over it a second time. Siege HP, attacking siege defense, so dominant. Boots. What did I say? No, majestic chest piece. Sorry. And then you do dominant ring, Ashura, and the Ashura axe. All right. That is the free to play option. If you do have some like Civ fragments and you can get a couple pieces of this, right? Like I said, leg armor is a pickup instantly. And the bracers, in my opinion, are a pickup instantly. All right. Just because of the increased siege machine attack range. All right. That's the main thing you guys need to get. All right. Other than that, the helmet, like I said, it's not that great, so it's not too important. You could also use the where is it at? Han Dynasty helmet. If you're not using that for another siege general or something like that, you can use this one for siege. Same thing with the Abyss bracers. If you're not using it on sub generals or something like that for debuffs, which I'm currently doing, you can use this as a to give you that extra siege machine attack range. You can use this. That's if you don't if you can't get the other one, and then yeah, that's about it, to be honest. No, this doesn't give the march or the siege machine range. So yeah, that's about it. So if you guys have any questions, message me. Message, I guess, Sophie, yours, Chewy, and we'll, discuss it from there and That's if you guys have any questions on, you know, what to do. But the main thing is just refine it fully flat. All right. Main thing is we don't want to be, you know, doing percentage because it'll be getting debuffed. So, and I want to see the difference on how flats react versus percentages. So, alrighty. Other than that, yeah, March for T11 is purely. Did you mess with it? Okay. My March size is smaller, but it's basically just all layers and then nothing but T11s. All right. Whatever your layers are, I use 10,000. Some people use 1,000. Some people use 2,000. You know, whatever you guys do, and then just nothing but T11s. All right. I used to do 250 or 250,000 T12s, but I just took them off because yeah, and it seems like it just does the same thing anyway. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let us know.